Hey guys! So this is my first video on my new channel, Blonde Reads, and obviously I'm going to be doing a book review, and that book is Sinner by Maggie Stiefvater. I don't know, different people pronounce it differently. So let's go! So this book was first released on July 1st, and it is a companion novel for the Shiver series, also by, obviously, Maggie Stiefvater. That is a trilogy about the wolves of Mercy Falls. And if you haven't read it, you should probably read it before you read Sinner. But honestly, you could read Sinner by itself and it'd still be fine. But you'd probably get a little bit more out of the read and understand the backstory more if you had read the Shiver trilogy first. And I'm going to try to make this review no spoilers, like no spoilers for the Shiver series and no spoilers for Sinner. But obviously, he's a wolf. And the book itself is kind of a spoiler for the last novel, Forever, but you wouldn't know that if you hadn't read the series. So, without further ado, let's start reading. Overall, I give this book a 4 out of 5 stars because, honestly, I'm a big lover of the Wolves of Mercy Falls series. I started reading it a bit late in the game, but I just loved it. And when I found out that she was putting out a book about my favorite character, Cole St. Clair, of course I was ecstatic to go pick it up. So overall, I think it's a great YA read. It really has the summery California vibe to it. So it's a great book for the summertime. It's not dystopian. It's more of, it's not dystopian, it's not fantasy. It's like slightly altered reality because almost everything in this book is realistic, except for the aspect that Cole turns into a wolf sometimes. But he does it on purpose. And, sorry, I have my notes right here. That's why I'm looking down. The characters, Isabel and Cole, are very lovable. It takes some time to get to liking Isabel. It took me a while to like Isabel, because I didn't like her at first. She just seemed so mean and vindictive. But once you read about her and you read more about her story, which I found out in this, you start to like her and you start to, I don't know, I related to her a lot. And then, of course, Cole, the famous rich boy, singer, rock star, and again, in the Wolves of Mercy Falls, I didn't like him at first because I just seemed kind of self-absorbed, all about himself. But again, you got to like him, and this book was perfect, a perfect companion to get you to know a little bit more about Cole, which I really appreciated. The only thing I do have to mention in this book that can be a bit negative is it is a bit triggering. It does have mature content in it, but very little. It touches briefly on self-harm, and it touches on drug abuse because Cole used to be a druggie. And that can be triggering for some people, so I wanted to mention that in this review. It does not talk about it often, but when it does, it's kind of depressing. But all in all, I think this is a great book, great summer read. I think I read this in about 3 days, but it's a pretty lengthy book. It's classically written in Maggie Stiefvater style, very descriptive, lots of metaphors, which I enjoy her reading style, and quick to absorb. Another thing that I noticed is there's no, I don't want to say there's no real climax. The book is just going up and up and up and up and up and up, and it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up until the very, and like it keeps going up until the last page, and that like the very last like second to last chapters when everything is resolved, and you just take a big deep breath and you're like, finally. But I recommend this book. You can read it if you haven't read The Wolves of Mercy Falls, which is awesome if you're not interested in that love story, because Grace and Sam aren't for everyone, let's be honest. But I think everyone will love Cole St. Clair. Everyone will love his story, and it's a good kind of self-journey book for him. And I just think you'll like it if you read it. So give it a shot. And it's only in hardback right now, but it's also on the Kindle. So if you don't want to spend, how much was this? If you don't want to spend $19, then you can get it on Kindle. But I think you should read this, and I think you should tell me what you think. And if you guys want a book talk for this book, just comment that down below, and I will do a book talk full of spoilers where I can dish about everything I felt that happened in the book, what made me angry, what made me sad, what had me almost tears of joy, but I'm rambling. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe and recommend more books for me to read and more books to review, and I'll have it up. Thank you. Bye.